Rachel is the writer behind most of the resources published by Where'd You Learn That? She's a second-generation homeschooler on the journey of raising bilingual kids while living overseas. You may be familiar with her from her YouTube channel, 7 in All, or you may have heard her interview here on this podcast, and I'll put that link in the show notes so you can check out our previous conversation. Rachel and her family provide homeschool resources that support bilingual families, as well as those that offer the opportunity to study topics that are often forgotten in the homeschool world. Their Christmas calendar bundle is available in both English and Spanish. Rachel is going to share an excerpt from this Christmas calendar today on the podcast, first in English, then in Spanish, for our first bilingual episode in this special Advent audioblog series. And for more holiday homeschool resources, head to humilityanddoxology.com/advent.
Hello, my name is Rachel. You can usually find me sharing about joy-filled homeschool living on 7 in All on Instagram and on YouTube. Today, Amy invited me to share a reflection on a symbol of Christmas on her podcast. Last year, my family and I created a Christmas calendar, which includes a number of readings on Christmas traditions and symbols throughout history and around the world. And today I will be reading to you about one of those traditions. I'll be reading first in English and then in Spanish. I'll begin with an introduction. Christmas and contrasts. Have you ever noticed this before? This festive season and its symbols are full of stark contrasts. Red, seen as a symbol of Christ's blood, is paired with green that speaks of his everlasting life. The lights from candles and stars are made all the brighter by the darkness of night. The evergreen bows, used in garlands and wreaths, speak of life that survives even the bitterest of winters. The celebration of Jesus' birth is also a reminder of his death. We celebrate a baby that was born in order that he might die. We celebrate that Christ has come, and yet we long for him to come again. As you celebrate the joy of a day that is now more than 2,000 years in the past, remember that this celebration is pointing to another that we wait eagerly for. Christ's birth is a reminder of his miraculous presence. He is Emmanuel, God with us. This commemoration of his coming long ago is our great hope in his coming again. As you reflect on Christmas traditions and symbols throughout this Christmas season, I invite you to contemplate the contrasts. And I will read in English about the Christmas tradition of peace apples. What would you think if you received an apple as a Christmas gift? In China, special apples decorated with Christmas greetings are a popular gift between friends, neighbors, and coworkers when Christmas comes around. How did apples become a Christmas tradition? In China, Christmas Eve is known as Ping An Ye. This name literally means peaceful night. The Mandarin word for peace, Ping An, just happens to sound very much like the word for apple, which is Ping Guo. Mandarin-speaking people have a deep appreciation and respect for wordplay, or what we might consider a pun, although such wordplays are taken much more seriously than puns are in English. Apples have become a Christmas gift because the name of the fruit sounds like the word peace. Each apple, given with love from one friend to another, can serve as a reminder of the Prince of Peace. Let us all have hearts filled with peace as Christmas draws nearer. And remember the words of Christ in John 16:33, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world. And now in Spanish, manzanas de paz. ¿Qué pensarías si recibieras una manzana como regalo de Navidad? En China, las manzanas especiales, decoradas con felicitaciones navideñas, son un regalo popular entre amigos, vecinos y compañeros de trabajo cuando llega la Navidad. ¿Cómo se convirtieron las manzanas en una tradición navideña? En China, la Nochebuena se conoce como Ping An Ye. Este nombre significa literalmente Noche de Paz. La palabra mandarín para paz, Ping An, suena muy parecida a la palabra para manzana, que es bilingual. Las personas que hablan mandarín aprecian y respetan profundamente los sonidos y los juegos de palabras. Las manzanas se han convertido en un regalo de Navidad porque el nombre de la fruta suena como la palabra paz. Cada manzana, regalada con amor de un amigo a otro, puede servir como recordatorio del príncipe del paz. Hay que dejar que nuestros corazones se llenan de paz ahora que se acerca la Navidad. Juan 16:33. Yo les he dicho estas cosas para que en mí hayan paz. En este mundo afrontarán aflicciones, pero anímense. Yo he vencido al mundo.
Thank you to this week's special audioblog guest. Be sure to check the show notes to find out more about this week's guest and where you can find all the resources discussed in this episode. And would you take a moment to leave a rating and review and to subscribe to the Homeschool Conversations with Humility and Doxology podcast? You can do that right here, wherever you're listening to your podcast. It really is a great way to let other homeschool families find the homeschooling encouragement that you get delivered straight to your earbuds each week. I am busy recording more scintillating podcast content for you for the future season, but for now, make sure you don't miss a single bonus episode. Until next time, my friends.